Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode, which again will not contain any daily observations since I actually didn't bike this week. I'm feeling a bit better, but I'm not 100%, so I didn't want to risk it being sick during the Christmas holidays now. But anyways, uh, recently I've noticed that there's a lot of anger against cyclists in general. I've noticed in the comments to newspaper articles about traffic-related topics, and also here on my channel, even though it's quite small, I don't have that many views on my videos. I received a lot of negative comments. I don't mind these comments. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, though often, the essence of the comments is that cyclists and bike lanes slow down cars and take away valuable space. Therefore, I want to share with you something. One of the channels I follow is Cheddar, and they recently, just about 2 months ago, uploaded a video about how the installation of bike lanes actually sped up traffic in New York City. Already in 2014, an article about the same topic was published by Vox, which is another channel that I follow, and I will provide both links in the description below. Anyways, I just wanted to share this video here and make sure to check out both Cheddar's and Vox YouTube channels. They produce really quality content about interesting topics, and I really like the videos. Now I would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and let's continue with the video I was talking about.
Many drivers in cities can't stand bikers and their designated lanes, while cyclists feel pretty much the same about drivers and their cars.
Bike lane, bike lane.
Despite how polarizing bike lanes seem to be, it turns out they actually help traffic. So putting aside the question of whether we like them or not, let's get to the bottom of how that's even possible, and what that might tell us about future road designs. While the data found by New York City Department of Transportation is specifically about New York City, the data can be helpful for bike lanes across America. New York City has some of the worst traffic in the United States, and because of that traffic, there is a need for alternate modes of transportation: subways, buses, walking, or riding a bike. Across the nation, bikers make up less than 1% of commutes, but in New York City, that number rises to 3%. Despite this low number, bikes are still a huge point of contention. While cyclists feel that drivers aren't cautious enough or aware of the bikes on the road, drivers feel that cyclists disobey the rules of the road, and that bike lanes in particular make traffic worse. Let's unpack that last point. The logic feels like it makes sense. The more people on the road, the more congested it would be. Now let's add bike lanes into the mix. If you have a road that is, say, 4 lanes wide, and you add a lane for bikers, that's seemingly less room for cars to drive, making even more traffic. This is called a level of service. And while it sounds like we have a definitive answer, that bike lanes cause more traffic, it's quite the opposite. Since 2007, the New York City Department of Transportation has installed over 480 miles of protected bike lanes throughout the city. According to the report, since the installations, injuries have been reduced by 20%. And another interesting find? Vehicle travel times on avenues with bike lanes improved, while vehicle volumes were maintained. The NYC DOT points to Columbus Avenue first. Bike lanes on Columbus Avenue from 96th to 77th were installed from 2010 to 2011. The one-way avenue originally had a whopping 5 lanes, 3 for traffic, 1 for parking, and 1 parking morning rush hybrid. New York City was actually able to maintain all 5 of those lanes and squeeze in a bike lane. What they did was narrow each of the lanes by 2 feet. The parking lane was originally 11 feet wide, and they reduced it down to 8 feet. So, with 11 extra feet to spare overall, they created a 6-foot wide bike lane and a 5-foot wide buffer to further protect bikers. So what exactly happened to travel time? Well, before the bike lanes were installed, when looking at morning rush hour traffic from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., it took cars an average of 4 minutes and 38 seconds to get from 96th Street to 77th Street. After the bike lanes were installed, travel times decreased 35%, and vehicles were able to go the same distance in 3 minutes flat. Not only that, but bikers were able to get to their destination safer and mostly uninterrupted by cars. When looking at the 8th Avenue bike lanes, the configuration is slightly different. Originally, the avenue had 2 parking lanes, 4 driving lanes, and 1 unprotected bike lane. After the installation of a protected bike lane on the side, they were able to keep the 2 parking lanes and 4 driving lanes. Even with these slight changes, travel times still decreased. When driving from 23rd Street to 34th Street between the hours of 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., travel time decreased by 13%. Before the lanes were installed, it took cars 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go the distance, and afterwards, only 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And finally, taking a look at the 1st Avenue bike lanes, we have the most different configuration. Originally, the avenue had 2 parking lanes on either side, with 5 travel lanes in between. The new configuration kept the 2 parking lanes on the side, but actually decreased driving lanes from 5 lanes to 3 lanes for cars, and 1 lane for buses. They then installed the 6-foot bike lane and 5-foot buffer. Even with them decreasing the amount of driving lanes for standard vehicles from 5 to 3, travel time still remained roughly the same. In all 3 examples, despite the addition of bike lanes, vehicle travel times never increased. So how is that? A Department of Transportation spokeswoman told City Lab that steady traffic flow was maintained because the bike lane's buffer and the parking lane doubled as a left-turn pocket for drivers. Drivers could move into the parking lane and buffer area to turn left instead of holding up the whole lane for traffic to make the same turn. So in the end, even though only a small percentage of New Yorkers use bikes, the City of New York found a way to make riding for cyclists safer while uninterrupting traffic. Other cities are paving the way for their groundbreaking bike lanes and are working to make cycling safer for everyone. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And ring the bell below, that way you're notified whenever we post a new video.